to give an introduction to this video right here, I will be speaking on something that I spoke about in one of my other videos, the video that I did on Leonard Honor about this whole down low men thing and how basically to quote unquote fix it, it would start. Asshole. Pause it right there. I'd like to get into the scene of, I'd like to talk about the show Sisters, but might as well throw it all together while I'm already referencing this. I'd like to talk about Sisters, but I think I'm gonna do it after I finish. I got a few more episodes on Sisters to finish up this third season, and I think I'm gonna go back and watch season 1 because when I jumped into the show, I watched the full season 2. Season 3 is new, but I never saw season 1, so I'm gonna hop back into it. But I would also like to say that if this show is written, a lot of people are up in arms about Tyler Perry basically writing, producing, and whatever the fuck else, creating this show. He does all the writing for it, and of course the show is full of women. I don't know how things happen on the set of Girlfriends, but Kelsey Grammer, a man, wrote the show Girlfriends. So I look at it like this: if Tyler Perry wants to make a show about 4 women and write the material and all that shit, he can. It's been done before. And see, that's another way to segue into my conversation also about people always saying that black people need to do this or they don't need to do that, when on the other side of the color line, they do whatever the fuck they want to do. And that's exactly why the fuck they're on top. Point blank, period. Just think about it. That's the realest shit I ever said. They do what the fuck they want to do. That's why they are always at the top. If we keep listening to people tell us, you can't do that because you're black, you can't do that just because you're a black man, a black woman needs it. No, do what the fuck they're doing. Lead by example. If we're so-called on the bottom and they're so-called on the top, wouldn't you think we would model what the fuck they're doing? That's what Tyler Perry's doing. Now, am I a full advocate of him having the thoughts or whatever for women? No, I'm not completely with that. But honestly, if you really watch the context of the show Sisters, you will see that he is writing this show from the context of a man. This is not how women are and act and all that shit. He's writing the show as to like a not a mirror effect, but these women, if you really watch their ways and their mannerism, except for falling for dudes' lives, everything else they do is nigga shit. Now I'd like to get up to the point where they're talking about this.
Make me choke. What? Strap on. What? Calvin, you let that white woman put that thing inside you like a lesbian? Grow up. A lot of straight men are into it. None that I know. You don't know any straight men. I know a few. I thought I knew you. Look, it's a private thing that I like. If she's not into it, she doesn't have to do it. Y'all nasty. Why don't you just date a man if you like penetration? Because I'm not into men. Oh. Look, people are different. We're all different. Mm-hmm. I get that. And don't judge me because I like what I like, all right?
The beginning of this.
I don't know what you did, but if you back here, you did something wrong. I told her the truth. About what? Oh, Chris, I'm not letting you in my personal business. You told her all the freaking shit you and Becky be doing? What? You did. All right, I did. So what? Now she gonna feel like she got to be a freak too. See, that's the thing. I told her she didn't have to. Didn't have to do what? Strap on. Bitch, you gonna make me choke? What? Strap on. What? Calvin, you let that white woman put that thing inside you like a lesbian? Grow up. A lot of straight men are.
Now, that part, that's the part that I wanted to snip out. A few months ago when I was speaking on Leonard Honor, I was speaking on the fact that he is in a relationship with a woman openly, but from receipts, they're saying that he is basically on the down low. And basically I went into this rant of being so mad at men that are still doing this shit when there are other options. You do not have to put your life in jeopardy. I haven't finished watching this episode yet, but I'm sure that's where he's going to go with it. Honestly, it is safer. Think about it. Men in the world, it is safer for you to just do that to yourself. Why do you think that it is okay? Why do you think that people of the LGBTQ, whatever, have so much power? That's how they want it to be. They want it to be 2 men and 2 women. No more children. Period. That's it. Cut and dry. That's it. Cut and dry. Why can't you flip it? Why can't we flip it? Why can't they flip it? They can. But the world has been throwing pride. Be prideful. Be prideful. Be proud about it. Be proud that we're about to kill the civilization, that we're not going to have no more children. Be proud. What the fuck? No. Solutions. And then if you ever sit down and ask her straight, just like this man said right here, he doesn't like for a man to do it. That's the smartest, I'm going to say, so what, supposed to be gay character I've ever seen in my life. He's the smartest one. Why would you put your life in jeopardy? Why would you put your health in jeopardy when we all know, not saying with women, but with men and anal sex, period. Besides drugs, we ain't talking about drugs, so I don't want to hear shit about no drugs. We're not talking about shooting up needles and shit right now. We are talking about anal sex is the #1 way to get AIDS. And we still don't know how, and we still don't know why. You would think that more people would have strayed away from it throughout the years. No one thought to ask any questions. No one thought to say anything. They just rather live their lives in the shadow and be prideful while you're killing yourself and other people. Potentially. You could potentially kill yourself and a lot of other people. Why do y'all think they're pushing this shit so hard? End having children. Begin killing from the inside. Now, a little bit of independent research here. I want y'all to go do a search of how many millionaires and billionaires are LGBTQ. I repeat, how many millionaires and how many billionaires in the world? Not thousandaires. If you can't buy you a chain of McDonald's, I'm not talking about you. Millionaires and billionaires that are LGBTQ. Do that research for me. I'm going to do my research about it too, because that literally just popped up in my head. But I bet you it's very far and few between. That's because they're not the ones that own these companies that make commercials and have clothing stores and have TV shows that propagate being LGBTQ. They're not the ones that owns them. It's the people at the top that owns all of this shit. All of this shit. And the #1 thing that everyone is saying is, it's okay to be gay. That's why they want to tell the kids, it's okay to be gay. Because they're trying to get as many people off this motherfucker so they can keep the rest of the money and the gold and all that shit to themselves. That's the tactic. It's not about free love and we want to do what we want to do. No, you've been tricked. You have been fucking tricked. Because honestly, y'all, if you really Revelation. If you really think about this shit, homosexuality is not something new. They were doing this shit in Rome, Italy, and all them other places over there in Europe. Why the fuck wasn't AIDS a pandemic or an epidemic? Why hasn't it always been an epidemic? Why did it just become an epidemic in the 70s? That ain't odd. I'm going to end this here because that was pretty much the synopsis of what I was saying. And if you would like a gist of basically the cure for LGBTQ matters, the cure, honestly, is to do your thing. You can do your thing. You can. But do it safely. Do it safely. The American Pie, when the dude, I think someone did it to him first. Like one of the dudes, I think it was Stifler and the other guy, they were there with some other girls, some college girls, and the girl penetrated the guy, and he had a experience that was 100 times better than he ever had before. So he began to do it to himself with weird objects. What is so hard? I mean, especially if you want to be on the down low, what the fuck is it so hard for you to do that shit to yourself? #1, because there's a #2 to this. This is the #1 part. Why is it so hard for y'all men to do this shit to yourself instead of putting your life, #1, in jeopardy? Because hopefully everyone knows that that's how the disease is contracted. You know, the A disease is contracted through sex. If there are so many things that you can go and buy, literally, to get yourself where you feel like you need to be, do that. Why don't you just do that? Why are y'all still doing this whole LGBTQ thing? I don't understand that. And trust me, I'm going to get to the rest of the people. Right now, I'm just on men. Now, part 2 of that is the men that are with women, which are the down low women. If you're man enough to actually have a phone or buy a burner phone or sneak around on your laptop and get on Grindr and get on whatever other swipe apps that you guys be on and stuff, if y'all are that easy to risk and taking pictures of your genitalia and sending it to other men and your booty all out, this is in your phone. So you have small children running around 9 times out of 10. You are that apt to put all of this stuff in the midair when you don't know if your little 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old is going to come by and grab your phone and just go through all your stuff. You're that confident that you're going to get away with it. If you're that confident, be a man, go to your woman, or on one of those late nights, go to your lady, treat her real good that day, and then lay it on the table like, look, this is going to sound odd, and I can give you a script if you want it. If you feel like you can't muster up these words to come off your damn mustache, even though you can talk all kinds of nasty to the next man, which is beyond me. Now I'm getting in my emotions. I can feel it. Like, that's never happened to me before, but still, like, fuck, like, that's so disrespectful. If you can go and tell a man what you want, a complete stranger what you want and what you like, but you can't tell the person that you're so-called in love with exactly what you like, you're a fucking coward. But anyway, if you're gonna take that step and put your whole living arrangement in jeopardy, your children's life in jeopardy, not life, but living situations in jeopardy, because a broken home is a bitch. A broken home is a bitch, especially when you've grown up with both of your parents. And to know, quite possibly know, whenever you grow up and you're gonna have to have that awkward conversation, well, we had to break up because your dad was gay, or we had to break up because I said the gay word. I didn't mean to say it like that, but still, I'm trying to help y'all to avoid this shit. I'm working on DL man right now, gay or not, whatever you want to call yourself. If you have that confidence and it's just literally fuck up your whole tribe, go to your woman. Or if you're single and you got it and you're starting to get a lady or whatever, lay that shit on the line. If you do it for a stranger, do it for somebody that you're pursuing. Do it for somebody that's actually been in your home and looked you in your nasty face every single morning. The person that has cleaned your dirty drawers. And that's the thing. If a woman, how can these men just sit there and be so damn disrespectful to a woman that has literally seen you at your worst, seen you at your best? You know what I'm saying? Especially his old ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he's grown. He grown. But you too pussy to tell your wife that you want, that the only way that you can receive a real orgasm, which obviously he gets orgasms, he got 5 or 6 damn kids. But anyway, if it's boring, tell her. It'll hurt her way worse to find out that you're doing some shit behind her back, especially with men. Tell her. Well, you ain't gotta say just flat out, babe, this is boring. Just say, we need to talk, and I want to try something different, and I know it's gonna feel a little different for you, and I'm hoping that we can work on this together, because sexual intercourse is supposed to be a bond between man and woman. Now look, I've never done this before, and I've never had this situation come up to me, of course, but I would rather someone be honest with me than to not say anything at all and just go behind my back and be with a man. Than to not say anything at all and just go behind my back and be with a man. Talk to your wife, okay? Talk to your girlfriend. Experiment. Just experiment. Try it out. Ask her to just try it. And if she's flat out don't want to do that, then maybe you need to service your own self. Do it to yourself. She's not going to know what the fuck is going on if you're doing your job with her. I don't want to say that's what they make butt plugs for, because I think originally they made them for women. But nigga, put that shit in your own ass. Do it to yourself. Don't just leave your family high and dry. Don't just fuck up your children's world. Don't just fuck up your wife's self-esteem. Do it to yourself. At least you're not putting your health in jeopardy and her health in jeopardy. God forbid if she was to have a child, then that child will be unhealthy as well. Do this shit to yourself if she doesn't want to do it. And if you claim you love her and you want to protect those children's psyches and show them that a man and a woman can coincide in a house together, furthermore, making this shit go on, this is why the community is growing bigger and bigger and households are growing smaller and smaller. Children are growing up seeing the mama by herself. 9 times out of 10, seeing the mama by herself. So whenever they grow up, they feel like either I'm going to be by myself or maybe I shouldn't even deal with men at all. My mama didn't. We go another LGBT. Men, be real with yourself and your own sexuality before you literally destroy either one person or multiple people, especially young people. Now, when it comes to the woman side,